Toni, how are you today?
Oh, hi, Di. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. What are you up to?
I am making myself a cup of tea because I'm going to go and sit outside in the garden.
Beautiful. What's one thing you want people to know about you?
That I'm a very positive person, and that whilst I am a stroke survivor, I am that positive person first.
That's fantastic, I love that. Today we're going to talk about fatigue. What is a boom and bust fatigue cycle, and what does it look like to you?
You can follow me outside. When I, look, for me, it's definitely about when I do way too much. Now you may get the dog jumping all over you here, so just be aware of that. So it's all about if I do too much, that I just crash. And so I'm just flat on the couch, you know, unable to do anything.
And when managing your fatigue, what works for you?
I am very aware of the effects of fatigue, and so I make sure that I really plan so that I don't overdo things. I schedule my day around that. Come here,
Really
Lily.
carefully. Hello, now we've got
Oh,
Lily
you're going to come up
joining
and
us.
say hello. Did you want to be part of this, did you? Hey?
So what doesn't work for you with managing your fatigue?
Look, it can be hard sometimes to do that scheduling. I'm a person that doesn't like to say no. I'm getting better at saying no to things, but that does become an issue, yes.
Have you found using concepts like pacing or spoon theory helpful?
Look, I do think it's really, really helpful that you do need to make sure that you don't deplete your cup, that you do allow time for it to build back up before it gets down too low.
And what does pacing mean?
For me, like I said, it's that scheduling, but it's also about knowing that, hey, I may just need a 5-minute sit down to allow me to recharge that battery to then go on to the next activity. Sometimes it might be that I need half an hour or an hour, but I just have to allow for that time so that I can then get back out doing what I need to do or what I want to do.
So reflecting back, what are some of the miscalculations you made about living with fatigue in the early days?
The early days for me was that I thought that resting meant that I was sitting on the couch and I could have the TV on, or I'd be sitting on the couch and playing Candy Crush. And that's not resting because your brain is still so active.
So resting is stopping everything you're doing
Yep.
and lying or sitting down.
Yeah.
So what does the emotional or mental burden of fatigue look like for you?
Look, there's a couple of things. I think there's that, you've got that emotional side of where you feel like you're letting people down. Especially in the early days, there was that real sense of, you know, I'm letting people down because I'm saying no, or I'm becoming a burden on them because I need their assistance. Whereas now, for me, it's all positive. I know that I've got to be kind to myself and, you know, make time for me so that I can do the best that I want to do.
Is there a difference for you between fatigue and brain fog?
Yes. Brain fog is can be temporary. Like when I say temporary, like it doesn't last that long, but they interlink. So brain fog becomes part of the fatigue, or it can lead to fatigue. But brain fog is, you know, everything's coming through to me really slow, but then I can still do things, but it's very slow. Fatigue is a wipeout, and it's, you know, it takes a lot to recover from.
Right. Well, thanks, Toni, for welcoming us into your home. Here is one last question. What is your favourite band or song?
I thought about this really hard this morning, and because I love musicals, so I had to say the Paper Kites at the moment, because I have trouble with music. That brings on brain fog and fatigue. So the Paper Kites because of that. But then I love Pink Martini. And then probably my favourite song has been She Used to Be Mine, which is the song from Waitress that Sarah Bareilles sings, that I actually learnt it as part of my vocal stuff that I do. And it's, if you listen to the lyrics, you'll understand why it suits a stroke survivor.